How's it going, my friends? I'm Skwizzit, bringing you a guide on Space Time Distortions. I know there's quite a few guides out there, probably a number of guides, but I wanted to make one because I haven't seen any that were very straightforward. I want to compile everything in this video from A to Z, so let's get started. Space Time Distortions are essentially these massive bubble shields where within them you can find rare Pokemon spawns and rare items. They also can be shiny and alpha spawns, which is pretty great. Once you've traveled out to a specific region like the Obsidian Fieldlands, the Alabaster Icelands, etc., an invisible timer for Space-Time Distortion will start. We'll use this handy-dandy chart to show this off. Boom! You have a chance for a distortion at 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 25 minutes, and 40 minutes with their own individual increasing percentile odds. At the 5-minute mark, you'll have a small chance at snagging a distortion, but your chances grow dramatically once you get closer to that huge 40-minute mark. So at the end of the day, staying put in one area is going to significantly boost your chances at finding a distortion. Now, is there any way you could specifically speed up this process and get these space-time distortions more consistently? Well, yes and no. You know, space-time distortions are still a very specific time-based event. But here are some do's and don'ts while looking for them. Make sure you're not opening up any menus. That means your map and your bag. If you open up any menus or you talk to anybody, anything like that, if anything opens up a menu, it's gonna pause your time for your space-time distortion. We don't want that because we want that timer to keep running smoothly. That way it's way more consistent when you get to one of those specific times. Another thing to avoid is engaging in battles. This is the same as opening up menus. If you engage in a battle on a one-on-one or a one-on-4, it doesn't really matter as long as you send out your Pokemon to fight another Pokemon. It's gonna pause the timer the same as opening up your menu. So a quick recap, don't open up any menus and don't get into any battles. This will definitely pause your time and you'll be waiting just a little bit longer. The most success I found for myself personally is doing this. Absolutely nothing. Just wait at camp, wait out the time, watch some anime on the side or do whatever you gotta do, and you'll eventually get one. Now let's cover some very important weather condition details that may interfere with your space-time distortion timer. At Sabuna_switch says, small detail that explains people waiting longer than 40 minutes for distortions. If the distortion appear timer runs out while the weather is intense sun, snowstorm, or thunderstorm, the game skips the distortion and schedules a new distortion in 5, 10, 15, 25, or 40 minutes. I think this has to do with the fact that these three weather conditions specifically may interfere with the genie spawns, and they don't want one to cancel out the other, and vice versa. So it makes sense, watch out for these. There is a way to fix it, though. Let's go into that right now. We're here at the Alabaster Icelands, and I got a snowstorm/blizzard to spawn, and this is what you don't want. This is one of those three weather conditions. And how are you gonna fix this? Well, let's go up to a Pokemon. We're gonna get into a battle. So we got into a battle with the Snorunt. I'm not gonna attack it, I'm not gonna capture it. I'm gonna let Empoleon stare it down while it quivers in fear. And you know, just wait for this blizzard to peter out. Let's say you were at a 35-minute mark and this blizzard happened, and now you're like, dang, now the timer's paused, right? And you're correct. But with this, during a battle, that specific weather condition can peter out, and it's fantastic because that'll set you back to where you were at on your timer. So let's go ahead and let this whole thing kind of blow over, and I'll be back. All right, so now at this point, you can tell that the snow is basically just falling down in a vertical line. It's no longer blowing to the right, and there's no harsh wind at all. So that means the weather has changed. It's regular snow instead of that blizzard/snowstorm. At this point, your timer will start again after you either capture or KO this Pokemon. Remember, after this, you don't want to encounter another Pokemon. You want that timer to keep going. It'll start at that 35-minute mark again for our hypothetical Pokemon Master Trainer. So you're good to go. What you're gonna do is go ahead and knock out this Snorunt or whatever you encountered, and that timer's going back to normal. It's great. So that is the band-aid fix for this. Yes, it causes a little bit more waiting time, but at the end of the day, if you're already at 35 minutes, who cares? You already waited long enough. Let's go. And look at this. I've marked it already. I got a space-time distortion to form very shortly after that encounter with Snorunt. So let's go ahead and head there. Hey, look it. It's right there. Big ol' halo bubble shield. So we're just gonna wait until this actually officially starts. Let's do it. Here we go. All right, the distortion has started. I hate you. I hate you, Celio. I hate you, Electabuzz. Guys, I was hoping to get something really rare or cool for you guys during the video, but it didn't happen. So let's move on. Now that the logistics are out of the way, let's go ahead and talk to this man right here, pull up the map, and talk about the more rare spawns that come with space-time distortions. We're not going to talk about the ones that appear in 2s or 3s that spawn constantly. Let's talk about the more rare ones. So, in the Obsidian Fieldlands, I got my list over here. The more rare spawns are going to be Gengar, Sneasel, and Weavile. In the Crimson Mirelands, the more rare spawns are going to be the Porygon family, and then after you've beaten the game, the Cyndaquil family. In the Cobalt Coastlands, Magnemite and Magneton are going to be your rare spawns. Coronet Highlands, we're going to have fossil Pokemon spawning there in the Distortions, like Shieldon, Bastiodon, Cranidos, and Rampardos. After you've beaten the game, in Coronet Highlands, you're gonna get the Rowlet family in Distortion. Last but not least, in the Alabaster Icelands, your rare Distortion spawns are gonna include Scizor, but then after you beat the game, you're gonna get the Oshawott family, which is really cool. But that is it. That is it, guys. That is all of the information you need to know about Space Time Distortions and the rare spawns, where they're located, how to get them, how to consistently farm them, and all that good stuff. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be super appreciated, because believe it or not, one like does go a long way with my small channel. Comment down below with your thoughts, opinions, ideas, and all that good stuff. Then subscribe if you want to catch more from me. I've been Skwizzit. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!